Well, hello, Elizabeth. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
I wanted to kick things off with a throwback. I'm super excited that Milkbone is doing this fun campaign. First of all, with the Superman movie, I got that Milkbone Superman box that I gave to my dog, and I have some cute photos I got post later with the cool stuff. And I love the time with the film. I got to see it last night actually, and I saw how they kind of snuck in Milkbone into the film, and it's really awesome, I would say.
Yeah.
But I do want to kick off with this question: Is what was your first introduction to Superman growing up?
Ooh, my first introduction was I grew up overseas, and when we were in Uruguay, there was a little boy named Andrew who was obsessed with Superman, and I was obsessed with Andrew. And so I remember he would always wear Superman shirts, and I was like, "What is this thing that you're wearing?" And he was like, "Well, it's Superman, and he's the coolest superhero, and all this stuff." So that was my first introduction to Superman.
It worked out, I guess, because you're embedded in Superman history, which is very rare and really cool to be part of that type of iconic heroism that's been around for, I mean, so long. And you've had this amazing run, obviously, on as Lois Lane on Superman and Lois. So, what did you personally connect with that with Lois?
I mean, I connected with her right away. I have a lot in common with her. I think I just kind of got, just sort of inherently understood why she has remained so popular and so iconic, 87, 88 years later. And it's a lot of this doggedness and this determination and the feistiness and the sense of humor. And obviously the dynamic with Clark. I mean, they're not just iconic people in their own right. They're also an iconic couple. And so I knew that the chemistry that I had with Tyler was going to be really important. And luckily, we got lucky with that. We hadn't even met yet. So shout out to the casting director, David Rappaport, for just knowing that Tyler and I would have great on-screen chemistry together. It's, this pursuit of truth. And when she was first introduced along with Superman in Action Comics #1, you had a woman who was portrayed as, a working woman who had great work ethic and was very strong and unafraid. And that was a time in history where a lot of on-screen portrayals of women were as more demure. And I think having this amazing character for, little boys and girls to look up to and want to be like, I think is part of why she has remained so iconic all these years later.
I always say you really can't tell Superman's story without Lois Lane. It's
Yeah, I don't
impossible.
know how you could. I mean, this is actually when I go to the Milkbone screening on Thursday with 40 dogs, which I'm really excited about. That'll be the second time I've seen anyone else play Superman and Lois, because when I was cast, I'd only ever seen the Donner film with Reeve and Kidder. And I purposely have avoided any other iterations because I didn't want to be influenced. I kind of felt like I need to just lean into whatever I was bringing to Lois. So this will be my second Superman and Lois besides obviously our show.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I'm super behind on the show, but I'm actually happy I am because I want to watch it with my wife because I think it's the best way to watch it because it's such a great family dynamic in it too.
Yeah.
And my good friend Emmanuel hounds me every day to watch it, because he is obsessed with it and speaks highly of it. And I think a few episodes already, at least a first season, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm holding on because I don't want it to end. I hate it when great shows end, first of all. So,
Well, the series finale was great, and the show overall was really amazing, and I'm proud of what we did with it. And it was a very grounded version of Lois and Clark. Obviously, it was the first time you had seen Superman and Lois be parents in live action, and I think that added a lot for us as far as stakes and vulnerability, having a Lois and Clark who had children in the equation.
yeah, I love all the characters. Honestly, when I started watching it, I was really drawn to your character. I really love your Lois Lane. It is fantastic, and I can see why everyone loved that show. So I'm excited to watch more of it. And it's a sad it ends, but I'm probably gonna be a show I keep rewatching over time. I think it's one of those shows, just like Smallville is. You right? Smallville was like that too, and I think this show is also doing the same thing, which is super exciting. But also, I want to talk about Krypto, the super dog that's finally making an appearance in this film. I have my little Krypto here.
I love it.
Yeah, talk about this awesome pet screening, which I'm super jealous about that I can't be there.
Oh my gosh. I would be jealous too. I'm so excited to go. Milk Bone's a very iconic brand. Like they've been around since 1908, and we just, I'm a huge dog lover. I had a disabled French bulldog who passed in 2020, and I was so attached to him, and that it took 5 years for me to be able to kind of really open my heart up to getting another dog. And we rescued a dog 5 years to the month that we lost Henry. So he's a little pug rescue named Marvin. He's 5.5 months old, and he's going to the screening too. And he's getting his first time at the groomer on Thursday before the screening. So he has his own little glam session booked. But I was asking him, like, will there be capes for the dogs? And I guess all the dogs get capes, and it's just gonna be very cute. In my head, there's gonna be like popcorn buckets full of little Milk-Bone treats for all of the dogs. I think it'll be like a very chaotic and fun. I imagine that when Krypto gets on screen, all the dogs are gonna go crazy. So I'm bringing my husband as Marvin's handler, because Marvin's not fully potty trained yet. So I'm like, as long as everyone's clear, not completely potty trained yet. So I think it's going to be a really, really exciting screening.
Not just the dog to be excited. Everyone there is gonna be excited because, like I said, I got to see it. I'm watching it again tonight, actually. And Krypto just steals the movie, amongst other people do. But seeing Krypto for the first time on a big screen, especially I saw it in IMAX, was amazing. So, how excited are you to see the furry friend finally show up?
I'm really excited. We had Krypto on Superman and Lois, but it was
Oh,
a
see, I'm not there yet. I'm
we
so
yeah.
I'm
So
excited
it was
for
it was a
that.
brief. We had sort of a brief appearance of Krypto, and I've heard that this Krypto kind of steals the movie. So I'm really excited to see him back on screen and kind of front and center again.
Oh, that's super exciting. Now you got me excited now to go back and finish up the show,
Yeah.
mentioning that as well, because I know there's so much to look forward to the Superman and Lois show and everything else that's on there. Did you ever have your pets on set?
Not on Superman and Lois because we just rescued Marvin in March of 2025, and our previous dog Henry had passed in March of 2020, and we didn't. We were supposed to start filming Superman and Lois in March of 2020, but because of COVID, it was pushed till October. So by then, we did not have a dog. But Henry was on Grimm, which I did for 6 years on NBC, and my character Juliet was a veterinarian. So at one point they were like, we've got to put him in the show because Henry came to work with me every single day. There was not a day in the 123 episodes in 6 years that he did not come to work with me. So the crew, everybody knew him really well, and so he did have a cameo on Grimm.
That's super exciting. That's a lot of fun. What is one thing you really do miss about Superman and Lois?
Oh, just working with the cast and crew. Vancouver's a beautiful city to film in. I get to see Tyler at Comic Cons, which is fun. And, he and I have stayed close and we get to see each other at least once or twice a month. But it was, it was playing such an iconic role. And I loved the way that I got really lucky with our writers. Todd Helbing's amazing. Brent Fletcher's amazing. Our writers were great, and it was exciting to play such a grounded version of these two very iconic characters.
Finally, I want to ask, like, what's next for you? Future projects, maybe a dream role that you're wanting to put out there.
Well, I'm just doing a movie right now called The Pirate King with Billy Lord and Jordana Brewster and Rob Riggle, and that's really exciting. And then I have a movie called Nichols coming out either in August or September in theaters, and then we'll just see. I'd obviously love to stay, do something, in the superhero universe again, because I had so much fun.
No, that's exciting to hear. I know everyone wants to see you in anything and everything, but Elizabeth, it was an extreme pleasure. And until next time.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.